Mr. George Boaty.
Name's Roger Boaty. Mr. George Roger Boaty.
Of course it is, George, and good evening, everybody. And you are not quite in the right place, are you? There we are. And you may actually be on the wonk. I'm not absolutely certain yet. Are you on the wonk? Or are you okay? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt for now. Good evening, my lovelies. And what a joy to be back with you. Except I kind of haven't been away, have I? There've been... the live streams have continued, albeit from somewhat different places. But happy May, 1st of May, pinch punch 1st of the month, white rabbits and all of that. And firstly, right, I must apologise if tonight is a bit short or a bit pants or both. I am knackered. I am absolutely hanging out of my arse with tiredness. I set the alarm again this morning. I had a nightmare journey. Seriously, don't travel in the Peak District on a sunny bank holiday. Absolute sodding nightmare. I'd forgotten how bad it was from last year. And idiot that I am, I didn't take any of the rat runs, did I? I tried going down the main road. So it took me 2.5 hours, and the traffic caused an additional hour this morning, which I really didn't need, and put me in a bit of a grumpy mood, but I soon talked myself out of that. Now then, who do I have the pleasure of tonight? So yeah, I'm going to try and stay awake. I'm absolutely buggered. I've had a hot bath, which is why I am attired as I am. I apologise for that. At least I'm better dressed than I was in the thumbnail for the earlier live stream today. And apologies to any of you who saw that. The idea today was we were supposed to be doing a triple live stream. So 3 of us live streaming the same thing, but on our individual channels. And I was kind of a bit late to the party. They had it all set up in advance. And I had to try and take an eye-grabbing thumbnail. And Mustard had snapped a photo of all of us without telling us what he was doing. I'm not sure what Simon's was. I haven't actually seen it yet. I'll have a look in a bit. And I thought, well, what can I do? So I just dropped my trousers right there in the open in the yard and took a photograph of that and thought, well, that'll do. I have replaced it now with something a bit less unsuitable. Now then, who have we got? Matt. Good evening, Matt. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? I've lost some messages. Where have those messages gone? Let's go from top messages, all messages. That's better. Oh, right. Oh, I don't know. What the hell's going on with it? Oh, hang on. I've got to go back to the beginning. Right. Matt says, is anyone ever really ready for what Boaty may do during a wine stream? A wine stream. I like that. I like that. That's what these are going to be called from now on. They're going to be wine streams. Yeah, the 11 o'clock lives are now going to be wine streams. Matt _ sometimes you are worth your weight in gold, dear boy. Jimmy Quinn is with us. Good evening to you. Clickbait artist, says Matt. Thumbnail this afternoon clearly promised semi-nudity. I was hoping to see someone do grace before dinner. Yes, I agree. Let's yeah, I agree with that comment actually. Let's keep the chat friendly. We don't want we're all one big relatively happy family and we don't want any kind of fallings out, and we all have feelings with the possible exception of me. So yeah, I mean, say what you want about me. I'm putting myself up here to be shouted down, but other people not so much. Let's just let's be kind. No, I'm not reading that one. People of the interweb say Simon, Project MGTF, one of our community channels, and I need to talk to you about the community channels, and I need to thank some people. Probably should do it now before I either forget or fall asleep. I'm going to need to stand up and walk a bit, otherwise I am going to fall asleep. What was I saying? Totally forgotten now. Thank him. Yeah, right. Okay, Sunday, of course, was the furious driving meet at the Motorist. At a place called, somewhat unusually, Sherbet on Helmet, which is somewhere in the north. I'm not entirely sure where. I hadn't entirely woken up when I was driving there. Actually, let's go through the comments a bit more before I get onto that. Dick Dastardly is here. Lovely. Good evening, Dick. Trisha Alderman is in our midst. Good evening, Trisha. Yes, indeed. Pure Evil is here and says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Did we miss a scratch card win? It's a bottle with a cork again. No, this is still from the 25% off jobby. It is in the interest of full disclosure, and I cannot recommend this wine enough, so I'll do it again. Sainsbury's, taste the difference, Languedoc. Now, on Friday, it was on special offer, reduced to £7, and then a further 25% off if you bought 6 bottles or more, which I did, ladies and gentlemen. And I recommend this wine wholeheartedly and whole-throatedly and whole-mouthedly. And from the very heart of my bottom. So yeah, I've still got a nice drop of that for tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be back on the cheap shit. And you did miss a scratch card thing, except you didn't, because it didn't happen. I forgot that we were supposed to do, that Mustard and I were supposed to do that scratch card today, either during lunch or during the live, and I completely forgot. I've got it here now, so I'll scratch it in a bit, and I've got a couple of others to give away. One is going to go to the winner of the Boaty's World Bangers and Mash Off, which is a competition in the Facebook group. You cook a sausage and mash based dish. As long as it's got sausage and mash in it, you can do absolutely anything you want. Put a picture and a description up of it at some point over the next 7 days. Closing date is midnight on Sunday, and I will then do a poll with all of the entrants to be voted on, and the one voted most popular will win a small fortune. And the emphasis is on small. In fact, it might be non-existent. Penelope Shitstop is with. Good evening, Penelope. Chaz Brown, how lovely. Cheeseburger has rocked up and says, I see bananas in pyjamas is here. Evening, Cheeseburger. How the devil are we? Yes, you're right, Simon. It was supposed to happen after lunch, and I completely forgot. Oh, we've got one health review. This is not. Oh, this is dreadful. Dreadful language from Mr. Underscore here. Blessed autocorrect is my nemesis, and the vegans all expect me to get an electric car. Blow that, he said, but not quite in so many words, if you get what I mean. Ivor Spotty Botty is amongst us and says, good morning from Melbourne. Hello, Boaty and everyone. Watch out. Boaty's wearing his dressing gown, to which Simon adds, test card dressing gown. Look, I know you're all just jealous. This is a splendid dressing gown, and you're all just jealous. That's all it is. It's jealousy. Jimmy Quinn says, fucking hell, Noel Coward's back. Is Wendy Miller here? Asked Cheeseburger. Simone is with us, hooked on classics. Does he pour cheap wine into that bottle and re-cork it himself? No, I don't, Matt. I couldn't be asked to do that. This is just the last drop of the nice stuff, and I'm going to enjoy it wholeheartedly. Cheers, darlings. Your very good health. Simone says, hi, Boaty and all. Good evening to you. Oh, hello. Trace is here. The Greenwood, one of our community channels. As, of course, is Simone's channel, Hooked on Classics. And I'm going to add a couple. So I am. Trace says, not on the wonk. Feels like a good angle to me. And wiggles her eyebrows in a knowing fashion. Look, I'm impersonating a teapot for some reason. No, that would be a teapot, wouldn't it? This is a sugar bowl. That's right. Oh, sunburned forehead here, says Matt. Didn't know it was that sunny at the motorist. Well, no, it wasn't. Black Lines is here. Good evening, everyone. GPS OMG is here and says, evening, Paddington. Poor Mustard, says Simon. Why are we talking about Mustard? He's not here, is he? And why are we saying poor Mustard? Rob is here. Beards and bangers. And there is some incriminating evidence doing the rounds to suggest that Mr. Beards and Bangers, and at this point, I am compelled to remind you that it is at Mr. B&B's, that double rooms are for married couples only, and it's £10 per person supplement for a cooked breakfast. There is evidence doing the rounds to suggest that Mr. B&B and I are a little closer post-Sunday than we were prior to Sunday. And them and lips and cheeks and may have come into contact, and there may have been a long manly embrace or two. Rob is lovely. I met some fantastic people on Sunday, and Rob is right there up on the list of my new list of favourite people. You're all on it as well, but there's kind of a slight shimmy into my favourite people that I've never met, but I know virtually, and my favourite people that I have met and held in a manly embrace. And for me, that was what Sunday was all about. Meeting people and holding them in a manly embrace. And I did, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Rob. I hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed your time in the pub tonight. And I hope, I was going to say, I hope your bangers and mash went well. But actually, I don't. Because if it did, it might beat mine. And I'm a competitive sod. And so I want to win. So I hope you were a little bit drunk and it went really badly and you burnt your sausages and you forgot to add the cream to the plum puree. I don't really mean that. I do. Black Lion says, I did once have my combat pants start falling down while I was walking out of Tesco with my other supermarkets are available. What? Oh, right. Walking out of Tesco with my hands full of bottles of milk. That was a wide-stanced walk, I can tell you. I'd have just styled it out. Let him go down and just carry on as if nothing had happened. Although you might have to shorten your stride. Matt, you bastard. Let's not post too many nonsensical, time-wasting, pointless and irrelevant comments for him to have to go through. If he wants an early night, we should respect his wishes and not make him late for bed. I see. It's going to be one of those wine streams, is it? And Simon agrees about keeping it civil. Yeah, let's all agree about that. I aim to get wine stream used, and I will admit I'm very pleased it seems to have succeeded. Rover Joe says, hello, Boaty. And Rover Joe is another one of the people who have catapulted from the list of my virtual favourite people to the list of my absolute favourite people that I've actually met. Rover Joe is just absolutely lovely. I'm gonna be saying this a lot because I just met some fabulous people on Sunday. I met some people who were less fabulous, and I saw some people who, quite frankly, I would have shot if it would have been legal to do so. But I met some lovely ones, and Rover Joe is right up there. You have subscribed? Christ, I haven't even had a drink really yet. You have subscribed to Rover Joe's channel, haven't you? You have, haven't you? If you haven't, get on with it. There's a dear. Yeah, Rover Joe is just, he's a bit of a legend, bless him. And it was really, really cool to hang out with him. So, good evening, Joe. Good to see you, mate. Oh, right. Okay, jolly good. Sherbet on helmet. That's what it's called. That's what it's called, Rover Joe. That wasn't a joke. It's actually called that. Right, yes, indeed. Indeed, Dick is here. Dick is in, says Dick Dastardly, who, when it came down to the live stream after this afternoon, Dick Dastardly is one of those who showed his true colours and eschewed my channel in favour, probably quite wisely, of Project MGTF, who, it should be added, is a lot more professional, is young Simon, than me or Mustard. Because if you saw the live streams, he brought a proper professional tripod. I brought the one you're on now, you know, Sonia, the small but perfectly formed one. He brought a proper professional jobby, and he set it up in the best place in the caravan, and he got the best view. So his live stream, the content was the same on all the live streams, but technically Simon's was best because he had the best positioning, and probably the best camera, and he did. I don't think he used it, but he had a professional microphone and everything. So I pumped young Simon tonight, not in that way, I hasten to add, but I pumped him for information as to how I could make my channel better. And Simon's first piece of advice on how I could make my channel better would be to do fewer videos, which I thought was a bit rude, but then he did give me some proper advice as well. Sainsbury's Taste the Difference long what? Long dock. Long dock. Tell you about, is there a candle in that glass, or is it full of milk, asked Blacklines. Well, there's a bloody... Oh, okay, maybe you can't see the flame. It's a candle. And normally I have red candles in my dining area because there is a red theme going on. But that candle was a gift, and I haven't got any other candles. And that would mean buying them, and that would mean spending money. And I don't need to repeat myself. You know I haven't got any of that stuff. It is a candle, Blacklines. Oh, Chaz Brown says, I had some of that long dock wine this evening. It is a good one. Cheers, Boaty. Cheers, Chaz. Glad you're enjoying it. It really is a good drop of splosh. I would go as far to say as, if you get this on the 25% off offer, if it's still going, that brings this down to £5.25 per bottle. And that is a ridiculous bargain, because £5.25 white wine is vinegar. You know that, I know that. Fair enough. Freeze the big Jesus out of it, pour it down your little red lane, it'll get you there nicely. But this stuff is just fabulous and a silly bargain for £5.25. If I had money, I'd have bought 100 cases of it, and that would keep me going until next weekend. No, it's not cheeseburger. It's from the Sainsbury's Taste Like Cat Piss range. Oh, good. Right, excellent. Now then, I told you I was going to talk about new community channels, and one of them has just popped up. Now then, Mark on Motoring is one of my new favourite people that I met on Sunday. He's got a fabulous card as well. Now then, he is now one of our community channels. And you know what that means, my darlings? Yes, you do. It means that you have all got to pop over to Mark on Motoring, look in the comments, You can see his channel name. You can see his logo, so you can be sure you find the right one. I've actually got his business card here. Huh, right, look. This is how professional people do it, not like me. Mark on Motoring. There's all the doings. Now, get yourself over to the Mark on Motoring channel and subscribe. It is your duty. It is now officially one of our Boaty's World community channels, and that means that we all have to support it. So I've subscribed, you must too, and watch his videos as well. He's another one like Simon. He's professional. That's what drew me to him. I was wandering round in my middle-aged, bewildered way with my elderly iPhone, and this guy is motoring about with professional setup. He's got a microphone and everything, and he does things a little bit differently. You'll like his videos, so you really should watch them. He interviews people like an actual proper presenter. I could learn a lot from him. Yeah, he actually interviews people, and his videos are great. So community channel, great videos, win-win. Get over there, subscribe. All of the normal sort of thing. And while I'm doing him in the nicest possible way, you don't mind me doing, you do your Mark on Motoring, of course you don't, you're a jolly decent chap. At the same time that I met Mark on Motoring, I met another guy with professional equipment who has just uploaded his video of Sundays Do. Very kindly gave me a shout out in it as well. And that is 00 Garage, right? And this guy's hilarious. You'll have seen him and Mark on my live stream. But 00 Garage. So that is now another one of our community channels. I'll be adding the links to the channels in the community channel thing in the Facebook group. But in the meantime, get your ass over, Mark on Motoring, I apologise, 00 Garage, and get subscribing. Let's get their numbers up, and let's squidge them into our weird little community here. They're the loveliest people, honestly, and they'll fit right in with us. They share our humour. Some of you probably know them already, but I didn't, and it was a genuine delight to meet them. Now then, anyway, Mark on Motoring says, good evening, Boaty, good evening to you. Just finished catching up on your earlier live stream. There have been a few live streams over the past few days. They don't normally proliferate to this extent. They're normally just 4 nights a week. Me and 2 other people who've got nothing better to do rock up and get drunk at each other. This weekend and today there have been a few more than usual, and they've been a bit longer than usual, and they've been a bit different, but there we are. Now then, yeah, and Simon says to Mark on Motoring, good evening and welcome to the bunkers. Welcome to the bunkers indeed. Mustard's here. Hello, big bollocks. Hello to you, Project Nigel. Dear old Captain Mustard, whose company I had the pleasure of today, of course, along with Simon, as a lot of you will know, because we did a very silly live stream. We had the least productive day ever at the Yard of Dreams today. We achieved absolutely nothing other than eating lunch, basically. That was the summit of our achievements. We were in the yard for a good 6 hours, and we managed to achieve sod all. We checked the oil on Brian Johnston. I tapped the windscreen doings motor thing to see if that would make the intermittent wipe work, and it didn't. And that was it. We went and got lunch, we ate it, we laughed a lot, and having a good laugh is an achievement. But it is a bank holiday, so I think we were entitled to a day of achieving absolutely sod all. None of us achieved a video out of it, that's for sure. 3 YouTubers rock up together and they don't even get a bloody video out of it. Okay, I got a live stream, Simon got about 2/3 of a live stream, and Mustard had no live stream at all because, and you won't believe this, he cocked it up again. And Mustard was going to be huge. Mustard had more people waiting to watch before it went live than I had actually watching at any one point. I think I hit high 20s when it was actually live. Mustard had about 41 people waiting before he even went live, because of course he is much more popular than I am. He's got the hairy allure which I lack, but I'm hoping that when I go through puberty and can actually grow a beard, I'm hoping to get a bit of that allure myself and really hit the heights in terms of YouTube popularity. Anyway, evening Mustard. Skix here, fabulous. Oh, Windy Miller's here as well. Oh, right, this is interesting. Windy Miller says, I would like to place on record that I didn't say any of the things attributed to me today. That is all. So it sounds as if Mustard has got a lot to answer for, because Mustard was attributing a lot of comments to Windy Miller in the earlier live stream. They were all directed at me, and allegedly they're not entirely truthful, which means that Captain Mustard is going to hell. Oh, Liz is here as well. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is fabulous. What a lovely group of people. Evening, Liz. How are you? Late as usual, says Liz. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Liz was there on Sunday, as many of you know, and her car quite obviously got more attention than any of ours because it is incredibly fabulous. Oh, another hidden comment, and this one from Cheeseburger. I can't read that out. Cheeseburger, I can't read that out. Right, if you watched the earlier live stream, you will know that Mustard was attributing comments to Windy Miller, all of which were suggesting that I was a certain word. And Cheeseburger says, that's all right, Windy, we think you are a certain word too. That is a very milky candle, says Simon. Yeah, but it was a gift, and it's got, actually, if you look, it does look milky from where you are, but if you look inside in the doings, it's got a rose tint to it, which is very nice. Oh, that went down the wrong goal. I can't say that, Rover Joe. You know I can't say that, you cheeky monkey. If I read that out and he watches this, I'll have to make another written apology. I'm gonna rephrase that. Oh, Cheeseburger says, hi Liz, not too keen on your Liverpool shirt. She's from that neck of the woods, Cheeseburger. Rover Joe says, we saw Joseph Lloyd too. We did. I told you I was going to meet Joseph Lloyd, the lovely, lovely gentleman that is Joseph Lloyd. Rover Joe, you're trying to get me into trouble here, aren't you, you sod? He's ever such a nice chap. The question is, did I, as I promised / threatened to do, did I hold him in a manly embrace? Stay tuned. Right, yes. Who's judging the bangers and mash, and on what criteria? Asked Simon. With that right, that's talking about the Boaty's World Bangers and Mash Off, which is taking place all this week in the Boaty's World community group on Facebook. If you're not a member, you damn well should be. Just search on Facebook for Boaty's World. Join up. Answer 3 simple questions, which off the top of my head were: which sauce do you prefer on your bacon sandwich? Do you know anybody with an allotment? And have you ever met anybody for the very first time? So 3 simple questions. And if you answer them in any way correctly, you will gain admittance to what is the finest Boaty's World-based group on Facebook. Yeah, so that was a question from Simon. Who's judging the bangers and mash and on what criteria? On the bangers and mash off. Right, well, you will be judging it, Simon. You and every other community member. I will be putting them in a poll with the pictures and descriptions from the bangers and mash cookers, chefs, entrants, whatever you want to call them. And everybody will be able to vote for their favourite. As to what criteria they choose to employ in choosing their favourite, I don't know. That's not for me to say. You can all choose your own criteria, choose your favourite, vote on it, and that will be how the winner is decided. So it will be, well, not entirely impartial. Well, it will be entirely impartial in a sense, and in a sense it won't be, because everybody will choose their favourite. Somebody's just sent me a £5. Who is it? Oh, Dave Smith. Bless you. Dave Smith has just sent me a £5 and said, here's a couple of quid towards scented candles and baby oil. Bless you. Thank you. That's really kind of you. And I will do exactly that. Ooh. That's hilarious, says my unpaid intern _ You've created a competition on your own channel that you can win yourself. That's genius. Anybody? Look, you know I'm not going to win it. You know nobody's going to vote for me. You know everybody's going to make damn sure I come dead last. If I had to guess who would win, I would go for Mr. B&B, because I suspect that his dish is going to be very good. Just from listening to him talk, he obviously knows his way around the kitchen. Or, if he enters, I reckon Simon could be a very good outside bet. Because Simon has hid his culinary light under a bushel. He talks about leftover takeaways and pot noodle sandwiches. But he lives with a French woman, and I think he's one of those chaps that can actually cook really very well. He just doesn't shout about it from the rooftops and show off like certain people we can mention. Yeah, me. I watched B&B tonight. Oh, right. I watched B&B tonight, says Skip. Pretty good from what I've seen so far. High praise coming from Skip. I think, in all seriousness, Skip, I think you would like Rob's channel very much. He's got great cars. He's got a very personable style of presenting. He kind of pulls you in with his voice. He's got great cars, which make great content. And there's no nonsense, no messing about. I think his videos are exactly what you would like me to do, what you keep telling me to do. And Black Lions agrees. His channel is very good to watch with a cuppa. Spotty Botty has been feeling sick for the last couple of days, but otherwise doing okay. Cheeseburger says, I think the winner of the bangers and mash off will be the person that presents the dish like a todger. Yeah, I should do one of those, shouldn't I? I did that once. I've just remembered I did that. I made 2 round balls of mash. So you got the 2 round balls. Then I put a single sausage mounting the 2 mash balls, and then spots of gravy with a little bit of a pool. God, that must have been about 3 years ago. But I might try and replicate that and see if I can get a cheeky win by going for the innuendo vote. And of course, innuendo is Italian for suppository. You all knew that. I agree, Matt, says Simon. Let's not fill the chat with random chit-chat that only serves to slow down the reading of said chat and thus makes Boaty late for his bed. And then adds, tits! Rover Joe is a very pleasant chap, says Matt. He is indeed. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Gosh, you're more than welcome. Oh, Beards and Bangers, the lovely Rob, says, and if you ever want to be held in a manly embrace, I recommend Rob. Rob offers a very good manly embrace. I enjoyed it, and you will too. God, this is going to turn into a very gay channel the way that we're going on. I mean, it's not as if it's not bad enough the stuff that Mustard says. No, dear. Actually, I wouldn't mind it turning into a slightly gay channel. I might get more subscribers. I might pick up the pink subscriber vote. Sausage and mash is a triumph with a capital T, and this is important, says Rob, i.e. no rust protection and workers kept walking out on the job. I do apologise, a bit of wine went down the wrong way. Good evening all, says Bad Books. Good evening to you as well. You as well, says Rover Joe. I've never laughed so much in my life. Well, that's what happens when I drop my trousers. If you saw it on a slightly chilly Sunday lunchtime, you'd laugh too. I was fortunate enough to only meet friendly folk at the Motorist, says Matt. I did mostly. Oh, hang on. Right, we've got a sausage and mash conversation going on. Right. Spotty Botty says, you read my mind with the bangers and mash, and that's referring to Cheeseburger's comment about the Todger-related presentation. And Cheeseburger adds, either, rather than onion gravy, use whole pickled onions. Oh, and Skick says, Simone Overall is still the best presenter. Not sure who Simone Overall is, but what a great name for a channel. Simone Overall. Yeah. And to be honest with you, Skick, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I know what you mean, of course. I'm teasing, I'm being silly. He's talking about Simone of Hooked on Classics. And I've gone on record as saying that I think Simone is an excellent presenter. Now, I wouldn't say that she's the best, not because she's not the best, but just because I don't think we need to have a best. We have a whole different load of lovely people, all presenting their own content in their own way, and I think they are all wonderful, and I enjoy them all individually. And I don't think we need to have a best, but I would agree that Simone is very good indeed, as indeed are other people. You did have the mic on you, Simon. You and Mustard were loud enough for it to pick you up, for it to pick you two up and me clearly. Right, okay, Simon. Right, something that I do. Now, I don't use a microphone. I have a microphone. It was a £10 special off eBay. It is shit, as you might expect a £10 special to be. It just makes you sound worse. I would love to have a decent microphone. Maybe one day I will do. Simon's was 30 quid, and I just haven't had 30 quid to throw at a mic, to be honest. That'll happen one day. To be honest, what I do, and I don't know if you realise this, when I do videos, when I do live streams, and this is why it's in a way a little bit tiring, I project my voice. This is not my normal speaking voice. Well, it is, but it's a louder projected version of it. It's like I'm on stage and there are stage mics right at the edge of the stage and I'm towards the rear of the stage. And that's what I do. I don't know if Mustard does the same. I imagine he does to some extent because he doesn't use a microphone either, so we just project. And you might not notice it unless, if you think back to some older lunch videos that we did with Simon and with Liz and with Wendy and with Johnny Two Scoops. And I can't remember if I used all of them. I think 2 of them were actually unusable because you could only hear me and Mustard because we were projecting. You couldn't hear the other guys because they were just speaking normally like this. And if you were sitting at the table with me, this is the way that I would be speaking. And I'm not absolutely sure if the microphone would pick me up properly because obviously the microphone is in the phone, which is at the far end of the table. I'm at this end of the table. It's a big table. Whereas if I speak like this, then I can be reasonably sure that the microphone will pick me up. Anyway, there we are. We all look forward to your video, Boaty, says Jimmy Quinn. That's very kind. I'm liking the white glow of the candle, says Trace. Excellent, some candle love. Oh, very nice quality audio it was, says Dick Dastardly towards Simon. Well, he's got a posh microphone. Oh, I need to get one of those posh microphones. Right, I can't buy one, but maybe I can blag one. That could be a little project for me. Find out who makes the posh microphones, get in touch with them and say, hello, I'm a YouTuber. I haven't got a microphone and my sound is shit. Would you like to send me one of your microphones free of charge? I will test it for you. I'll do a product review and video. And if it sounds amazing, then everybody else will run out and buy one. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, right. Okay, it wasn't £5.25 when Matt bought this one. Yeah, I should add that Matt, my wonderful unpaid intern, he introduced me to this particular wine by buying me a bottle of it when it wasn't on offer. It was on offer, but it wasn't 25% off. So thank you again, Matt, for introducing me to this wonderful alcoholic winey delight. Hello, low tide at Glass Bay. Oh, Ivor, sorry to hear that. I won't read it out, but yeah, I think all of our thoughts have been with Ivor as he's going through, you know, not entirely the best time, one of those difficult times in life that many of us will have had to deal with or will have to deal with at some point, and it's not easy. So yeah, sending you love and virtual hugs and positive thoughts, mate. And Matt says it was worth every penny I pay for it for the entertainment, amusement and company you provide, Boaty. Oh, bless you, that's really kind. Oh, and Simon says Mark on Motoring does some awesome, and that's capital letters, awesome vids. He does, doesn't he? He really does. I've watched a couple and they're great. The new car one is next level awesome. Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. But I flicked through the motorist one on Sunday and one other. I'll check that one out. Trace has subscribed to Mark on Motoring and says, welcome, Mark. That's nice. Cheeseburger has already subscribed to Mark on Motoring and Everything Classic. Excellent. Jimmy Quinn has just subscribed to Mark on Motoring. This is great. Skick says, in answer to Simon, who asked what he liked about Simone's presentation style, in case we could all benefit from it. Oh, and this is a good answer, actually. Skick says he likes the calm approach to any job she takes on. I'd agree with that. Finding ways to get the job done and never giving up. I'd agree with that. Above all, a great contender for ASMR. Cheeseburger, I'm not reading that out. That's outrageous. Everything Cars is now up to 74 subs, says Simone. And in this afternoon's live stream, they were on 65, I think. So that's brilliant. Nice work, guys. Thank you very much. Yes, he has black lines, and that's why I didn't read it out. Mark on Motoring says, thank you, Boaty. You're more than welcome. I'm so pleased that I was one of the people that you did not want to shoot. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to shoot you, mate. Look, you had a wander around there. You'll have seen some of them. Some of them, you didn't even need to speak to them to want to shoot them. I mean, you know, I'm joking. I'm not. Of course I'm joking. I'm really not. I'll have to take a look at that other channel from yesterday too. Oh, 00 Garage. Yeah, it's really good. But do check out Mark on Motoring and check out his videos. They are his videos are of a standard way above what his current subscriber level would suggest. But he's in a massive growth phase, the same as many of us are or have been, and he's a bit like Beards and Bangers. He's a guy that's going places. So let's all get chummed up with him now before he gets too big for his boots and won't talk to the likes of us anymore. But yeah, thank you for showing them the support and bringing them into this weird community thing that we've got. And that they didn't ask to join. None of you did. None of you asked to be part of this. I just hoiked you in and said, right, we're a community now, and this is what we do. And bless you, you've all more or less put up with it. It's more like a cult than a bloody community, isn't it? Well, I'm more like a cult anyway. I've often been called that. That Boaty people say, what a massive cult. I think that's what they say. Something along those lines anyway. Right, okay. Right, yes, jolly good. Hi Mark and welcome, says Simone. Hooked on Classics, community channel. Nothing better to do, asks Mustard. Then what? That's a bit of a non sequitur. I'm not sure what you're referring to. What, have I got anything better to do? Of course not. You know me. Well, actually, I have got something better to do. Eat and sleep. Although that's not better. That's not better. Talking with you guys, hanging out with you guys, either virtually or in real life, where I can hold you in a manly embrace, or consensually allow you to hold me, which is what took place with Mr. B&B. I was going for a handshake, and the next thing you know, I've been enveloped by Beards and Bangers. And I take some enveloping. I'm a big chap, but he managed it. I was well and truly enveloped. I was enveloped. Oh dear. Oh, Mickey Jeffries is amongst us. Good evening, Mickey. How you doing? Simon says it wasn't unproductive. I ate 2/3 of a kebab. Yeah, you were restrained. We polished ours off, although Simon went for the naan option, and I can never finish it when I go for the naan option, which is why I don't go for the naan option anymore. Although, if you can hold some kebab back, it makes a lovely breakfast the next morning. I've done that before now. I'm just watching an old man in a dressing gown, says Dave Smith. Yep, pretty much. That is what you're all doing. It's Bank Holiday Monday on the 1st of May, and you're all watching an old man in a dressing gown. Dear me. It, it could be worse. You could be an old man in a dressing gown. That's what I've got to cope with. Now, have I spoken about everything I intended to speak about? Possibly or possibly not. Let's go through it. Let's whiz through these comments. Pure Evil says, it feels like how many YouTubers does it take to screw in a light bulb moment? Marco Motoring says hi to Jimmy. And Rover Joe is obsessed with saying Mr. George Roger Boaty. We're all obsessed with saying Mr. George Roger Boaty. Yeah, Mr. Roger Boaty, Mr. George Roger Boaty has become a definite thing. Right then, Boaty, says Simon. Next time we're at the yard, I'm wearing a costume and filming stuff. Oh, and Mustard says it was one of the funniest days ever, mate. Yeah, it was unproductive, but we've had a bloody good laugh today. Just the three of us hanging out in a deserted car yard. We not only did we make Simon pay for lunch, we didn't make him, he offered, but we allowed him to pay. We didn't protest. We didn't say, no, mate, no. We're glad of your company. We will buy you lunch. No, we just said, oh, lovely, thank you. And we'll have the large ones, if you don't mind. Not only did he pay for lunch, but we used his diesel to go and pick it up. And we made him sit in the back of his own car. Mustard drove there and I drove back, and poor Simon had to sit in the back of his own bloody car as we used his diesel to go and pick up lunch that he paid for. So that was a success, if nothing else. Oh dear. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy Quinn. That's very kind. I mean, if you want to give this nonsense a bit of a thumbs up, I won't object. In fact, I will be very grateful. That wine that went down the wrong way is still lurking there. Skick says, Project MGTF, and I think he's talking about Simone here. The reason her subs are not better is taking too many projects on and no end story to some of them. Skick is very good at analysing people's performance on videos. And, excuse me, I do apologise. In one of those weird random YouTube quirks today, I answered all of my comments. I think it's courtesy to acknowledge and respond to any comment that anybody is kind enough to leave on one of my videos, even if it's not an entirely positive comment. So I went through the lot. Oh, that might have got it. And then suddenly some popped up from like 4 weeks ago that I hadn't seen. That happens sometimes. So if I haven't replied to a comment that you've left, I've not ignored it. It's because I've not been shown it. As you might not know if you don't have a channel yourself, but you press on a thing that says comments you haven't responded to, and you work through them, or I do anyway. Maybe if I was a huge channel and got many tens of thousands of comments, maybe I wouldn't. I like to think I would. But maybe that's just not possible when you get to a certain point. I'm not a huge channel. I'm a very poor, unpopular, small channel. So I reply to all of them. And anyway, these popped up from 4 weeks ago. And one of them was Skick telling me that if I want to be taken seriously as a YouTube presenter, I shouldn't do the silly lunch videos where we eat kebabs. And he's kind of got a point. Where did I get to? Oh, hello. Hang on. I've jumped forward. Where did I get to? Mustard was bloody sideways, says Mickey Jeffries. I really need to come down to the yard at some point, says Rover Joe. Yeah, you're one of the few that haven't. We should make it a Monday thing. Cheeseburger says, bank holiday. I still have to pay the staff. Next Monday is a nonsense. There's a lot of bank holidays this month, aren't there? Right, okay. Okay. Careful with your letterbox, Boaty, says Cheeseburger. Windy Miller has posted a letter bomb. Oh, Liz says, Liz's new role, official group photographer. Yeah. Again, with regard to Sunday, there's a lot of people that I really should thank. Everybody that I met, everybody that made it such a pleasant day. Liz, who was kind enough to take rather than appear in a couple of photos with that we took with Matt, Furious Driving, who is just so nice. I mean, he's laughably nice. I know he comes across as being nice, but he's genuinely nice in real life. It was an absolute pleasure to meet him. And some more photos with Joseph Lloyd, who again is a splendid, and what a diligent chap. I mean, say what you like about Joseph. God almighty, the guy puts the bloody work in. He turned up, parked up, and he just started trudging round, videoing and commenting on every single car there. He took a couple of very short breaks when annoying people like me interrupted him and talked to him, which I did on several occasions, and which culminated in demanding that he join us for a photo opportunity, where I did kind of hold him in a manly embrace. It wasn't a full-on two-armed manly embrace, but I did get an arm around him. Oh dear. And when we left, he was still doggedly, shambolically shuffling around. So the guy puts the work in. I've seen him comment a few times saying, look, if I don't speak to you at these things, don't take it personally. I'm on a mission to get round there. And that's what he does. And now Joseph is a lovely guy. So if we make any jokes about Joseph, and as well as being a lovely guy, he's a gentleman, a true gentleman. So if we make any light-hearted comments, then they're friendly joshing amongst friends, yeah? Because he's a lovely guy. None of us would say a single bad thing about him. But just before we went, and there was the group of us by the cars, we were laughing about, because we'd done the photo thing with Joseph and we'd had a chat. And then he took back off doing his thing. And we were joking, saying that, you know, some say that long after we'd all gone and the place was shut and it was dark, he was still doggedly tramping round, sweeping up footage of any loose car that was there. And we did conjecture whether on his way back down, so he travelled a right distance to be there. And we conjectured on whether on his way back down, when he stopped at the services for a wee and a sausage roll, he'd do a quick shambolic shuffle around the service station car park as well. It was genuinely, of all the people that I saw there, he was the one who was just absolutely on a mission. And that's why, if you watch his videos, he has videos that are in like 15 parts, because he just spends the whole day walking around, videoing and having something interesting and pertinent to say about each car. And that is bloody easier said than done, I can tell you. I've never tried to do it before. I walked around and had a look at a couple of cars and made a couple of comments about the ones that caught my eyes during my live stream. But to go around and do the whole lot, that is devotion to duty. And I think he's got in excess of 7,000 subs at the moment. And I will say he deserves every bloody single one of them for the graft that the guy puts in. Anyway, where did I get to? I did that one. Hold on. It's jumped forward again. I hate it when it does this. Ah, right, that was about it, wasn't it? Yes. Windy Miller, the letterbox filler, says Matt. That's rather good. Skick says, one of the reasons Hubnut does well, there's a start, middle, and an ending. People don't like stories which have no ending. And he then says, I've watched you, Project MGTF. You do have the nice factor. Oh, that's rather nice. Right. I'm going to enter my oldest bangers and mash, says Rover Joe. Ready meal, bosh. Enter it. It's fine. If you've heated it up, that can go in there. Now, if you bought it in a restaurant or cafe, you can't enter that. But a ready meal, put it in there. No problem with that. That is absolutely fine. Right. No, I'm not reading that one out. One health review. Apparently, says Simone, the French are good in bed, but I have no idea. Well, that's a bit of a generalisation, but I've never slept with a French woman who wasn't good in bed. I will say that. I mean, it's just the accent that helps, doesn't it? Diddly-do. Oh, it's jumped forward again. Stop doing this. Are you all shoving loads of comments in there or something? Now then. Right, I didn't read that. If I like a YouTuber's videos, says Trace, it's because of lots of things, not just whether there's a cohesive story. Randomness can be good. I would agree with that. And, right, yes, jolly good. Beards and Bangers video of Henrietta is great. Rob has a great way of filming and presenting. I agree with that. Liz says, if beans are on the Bangers and Mash plate, is that an automatic disqualification? No, there are no automatic disqualifications. As long as there are Bangers and Mash on there and you cooked / heated it yourself, that's fine. And beans is a bit generic. I mean, baked beans have no place on a plate with Bangers and Mash. That's indisputable. But nice green beans, runner beans, tossed in butter and black pepper, no problem with that. Cheeseburger says, Salvage rebuilds are massive on YouTube. Their videos can go over 4 separate releases over a month before conclusion. Skick says, my advice to you for now is be confident. Right, I'll try that. I'll be confident. And if that is a struggle at first, pretend. I'll pretend to be confident. And Trace agrees with that. I agree. Fake it till you make it. Actually, I agree with that as well. I genuinely agree with that. That is good advice. If you haven't got confidence, fake it. And that will actually help you have real confidence. If the Bangers and Mash is judged on innuendo, says Cheeseburger, I'm looking forward to seeing where the 2 bangers will be inserted. Oh, God. Oh, God, says Trace. Boaty's inhaling his way to get it. It went down the wrong hole. Is B&B your favourite bromance now, says Mustard? No, darling. That's always going to be you. We laugh. We joke. We tease about loving others. We even make videos with other people. We do things with other people when we are not together, but it's always you, darling. It's always you. You big, sexy, hairy Paddington, you. Nobody could replace you. And there's a video that's going to be out there sometime soon. Somewhere, I imagine. Not on this channel. Not on Mustard's channel. Not on our joint channel. I can't say anymore. Oh dear. Don't choke on your wine. I'm trying not to, Cheeseburger. A hidden comment from Simone. I'm sick of salvage rebuild that I've never seen, so I can't comment on it. Same shit, different day. Yawn. Okay, what channels are we all into at the moment? Shall we do that? At the moment, I'm into... Right. I watch every one of Mustard's, and I watch nearly all of your lot. But apart from our community channels, what else do I watch? Blot, whatever it is. I want to say Blot on the Landscape, but that was a television show. What's it called? Blot in the Great Outdoors. Oh, the Blot Outdoors show. That's it. I am into that. I'm still watching Camper Vibe, although not as assiduously as I did. I'm still watching Marry Life, although not as assiduously as I did. When I was in the bath earlier, I watched a couple of videos on a Discovery 2, because, and I hate to admit this, Mustard and I have had several arguments about which is better, the Discovery 2 or the Discovery 3. Because I've said that at some point, originally I said to replace Boo, you know, at some point well in the future, but I couldn't replace Boo now. I love her too much. But I said that I would like a Discovery 3. And Mustard said, no. You want a Discovery 2. And we had an argument about it. But now, I have to admit that he's right. I don't want a Discovery 3. He's right. Discovery 2, the D2, that's where it's at. Oh God, you've jumped forward again. Oh, that's right. I think everyone fakes it, says Simon. Confidence is 70% fake, 70% editing. I'm not the best by a long chalk, says Simone. Oh, your star is in the ascendancy, my lovely. At the moment, you are the one to which we all aspire. You're the one with all the coverage. If anybody wanted to get a shed load of hits on their video, you're the person they'd want to be in it at the moment. And long may that continue. It's a shame you're so far down south. Well, or maybe it's not a shame. Maybe it's lovely that you're so far down south. I used to be so far down south and it was lovely. Maybe it's a shame that we're all so far up north. But either way, if we were in a little bit nearer proximity, we'd be clambering over each other to get you on our channels. Oh dear. Oh, Cheeseburger says Simone is hooked on gardening now. Watch the video. My advice to advise, says Mustard. Oh, and Frank Whittle says only 13 thumbs up. I'm only seeing 3. I don't think my thing refreshes. Come on, peeps. If you'd like to like this, then yeah, I would be jolly grateful. True, says Trace at Simon. And good points well made. I think that's the 70% confidence thing. It's how good you get at faking it as your confidence grows is the key. Makes for less editing. Also true, says Simon. Mickey Jeffries says, I fake it every Wednesday and Saturday. What happens on Wednesday and Saturday? Are those your live streams? I thought they were Monday and Wednesday, weren't they? Or have I got that all wrong? But anyway, I think we're all agreed that faking it is a jolly good thing. God above, where did I get to? Dick Dastardly says, Tenacious D. I love Tenacious D. They're one of my guilty pleasures. I have got the original Tenacious D album in Stigbürt because I thought it's a Stigbürt. So, does anybody else do this? If you've got multiple cars, do you tailor the music in your cars to what you perceive to be your car's personality? I do. Is that daft? Is that crazy? I genuinely do that. Right, Tenacious D, I'm sure a lot of you will have heard the original album. You know what's in there. I couldn't put that in Shison. No way could I put that in Shison because Shison is too delicate. I couldn't put it in Boo because Boo is a lady. But in Stigbürt, hairy, chested, manly, sporty thing, yeah, too right, Tenacious D go in there. Hold on. I do not need, he does not need, a microphone, etc. I'm not sure if I've seen Pick of Destiny. Is that the one with Meatloaf in it? Oh, bless him, he's gone now, hasn't he? Oh, lovely Meatloaf. What a voice that guy had. Liz says, can we all pause for a moment and give a virtual hug and FSM blessing to Ivor Spotty Botty? Sounds like he needs a few good vibes from us. Thank you. Totally agree. I mentioned that earlier. Hugs. Yeah. Bless you, mate. Oh, God. Dave Smith says, I've noticed the last mustard stream looked like a really bad TikTok video. And Mustard says, you know I do. You're always telling me I keep slipping into my video voice. Oh yeah, but with the video voice, oh, well, maybe I did mean projecting. You have got a different voice that you use for videos than when you're just chatting. It's true. And you definitely do project. You have to. If you haven't got a microphone, you have to project because you're using a phone's microphone. The phone could be a bit of a way away. You could be outside. You've got to speak at double your normal volume. Or if not double the volume, then somehow you have to project your voice so it will travel and be picked up by the electronic device. And then when you do put a microphone on, you've got to remember not to do that. Otherwise you sound like Brian Blessed all the time. Gordon's alive! God, that's made me lightheaded, that is. Simon is sending rainbows and candy floss to Spotty Botty. That's lovely. Rover good mics, but expensive, says Rover Joe. Thanks for that, Rover Joe. I will contact them and pretend I'm more famous than I ever will be and see if I can blag a free one out of them. Blackline says, Boaty, I think your audio is always fine, to be honest. You'd be better off saving up for a more stabilised car mount. That would improve stuff massively. I totally agree with that. And I have searched for a more stable car mount for a portable electric telephone, and I genuinely can't find one. So if anybody has got any insight or can point me in the direction of any form of thing, I know I need a gimbal for the handheld stuff. I know I need one of those. But if anybody knows of a car mount that is in some way more stable than a £6.99 one from Amazon that will accommodate an elderly iPhone, I would be so grateful. It's really annoying me now that I can't get any decent in-car footage. The best that I can do, I have learned that, right, I'm now recording on an iPhone 6, believe it or not. As you know, I've talked about it many times before. I also have an iPhone X there and an iPhone 11 there, right? Now, these are so much heavier than the iPhone 6. Now, if I try and use either of these in my car mount, then even if it's not a diesel car or a car with no suspension like Wetleg, these will shake purely due to the phone being too heavy for the mount, right? Now, the iPhone 6, that one there, the one that you're watching me on, that weighs sod all. So that can go in the car mount, and that will give the best results. So I've learned to use that. But even that isn't perfect. Now, if I had a more modern, more up-to-date phone, then I understand that in the video mode, I would get some sort of image stabilization would help. But seriously, if anybody can point me towards a better car mount, then I really would be grateful. And I would genuinely somehow find the money to buy one of those. I can't find the money to buy a gimbal because I can... Gimbal, is that right? Even though I should have one, I can kind of live without it until I become a little bit less poor. But a car mount really is essential because I love doing the in-car stuff. And so much stuff that I've done is just unusable because of the camera shake. And that's, you know, that's genuinely really quite annoying. And I genuinely have looked to get a better one, and I just can't find one. So if anybody can recommend one, I mean, people have said you need like 3 stability points rather than the single suction cup. But I can't find one for a phone. You can find one for GoPros and other cameras, but I can't find one for a phone. Maybe you know better than I do. Maybe you can help. If you can, thank you. Right. Mickey Jeffries will tell you, says Trace, I project very loudly during our live stream. I literally have no volume control. Skick says, do you not have a PayPal yet, Boat? Yeah, of course I've got PayPal, Skick. Every single video that I put out has got my PayPal address in. Every single one, including the live streams. Not while I'm doing the live stream, but as soon as the live stream is finished, I add a description, and like every other video that I do, it's got a PayPal link in there in case anybody does want to chuck a couple of bob my way. And again, to reiterate, the reason why I have a PayPal link, as do many other YouTubers, is because any money that is donated via any of the YouTube systems, we only get half of it. YouTube take the rest. Obviously, if you give us a bung for a bottle of wine or towards a certain project or something, if you do it by PayPal, we get all of it. If you send it by friends and family. So yeah, if you want to double the gift or donation or contribution towards something or other, if you want to double the amount that you give by making relatively little effort, do it by PayPal instead of by YouTube, and then we don't lose the 50%. Plus, we get it immediately. If you send it via YouTube, it's 2 months, or best part of 2 months before we actually get it. I keep going on about this. Mustard has picked up on it as well. This isn't us. This isn't us asking for money. Just saying that If you are thinking of donating for any reason, please consider doing it via PayPal, because we get double and we get it immediately. So if somebody says, I need to buy a windscreen wiper tomorrow and I can't afford it, can you help me out? And you send a YouTube donation, they won't be able to buy the windscreen wiper for 2 months, basically. Anyway, that's enough of that. Hugs for Ivor Spotty Botty, agreed. Mickey Jeffries says that he struggles to get a word in on his joint live streams with Tracy. Liz totally agrees, my car phone holder. I agree as well. It's shit. It's rubbish. But I can't find a better one. Or I can't find one that I can guarantee is going to be better, so I can justify buying it. If anybody knows a better one, tell me. Tell me, and I guarantee you I will find a way to buy it. Black Lines is sending Spotty Botty a warm and manly embrace. I know you do, Rover Joe. Rover Joe says to Simon, I use my Apple earphones for when doing the car show walk around. Use a bit of foam around to stop wind noise. Works great. He does. I've seen it. I've actually got some foam muffs. I'm so sorry. It's 20 past midnight. I'm tired. I'm running on fumes. I don't know how I'm actually doing this. You've got to forgive me the odd little belch. I've got a case full of mini muffs in there. I tied it in there the other day. Let me show you. Right, behold, I did a brilliant job. I've been meaning to do this for months. Have a look in there. How awesome is that? That is the neatest and tidiest that has ever been since I moved in it. It's lovely. It's a joy to look at. Oh. And in other news, my prepayment meter is telling me I've only got £3.60 worth of gas left. Never mind. Won't need it soon. It's going to be nice and warm. No heating needed, and I can have cold showers. Save a fortune. Then I can buy a bloody gimbal, can't I? Where do I get to? All the best to you, Ivor, says Simone. Yeah, I think, yeah, as I said, we're all sending Ivor all the love in the world. Mr. Spotty Botty. Trace says, Skig, Boaty's PayPal is on literally every single one of his video descriptions. It certainly is. You're very welcome, Ivor. Good hack, Rover Joe, says Simon. When I'm trying to get exhaust noise on the bike, I use an old iPhone earbuds with the buds cut off. Oh. And then Rover Joe says, I cannot wait to get the Honda Civic Restoration Series kick-started, hoping to do the majority of the work myself. Yeah, because he's one of those clever people who can do things, unlike me, who is one of those not clever people who can't do anything. Oh, reminder. 2 reminders. Number 1, remind me about this tomorrow night, please. Because I'm remembering now, I'll forget tomorrow night. Normally, it's bank holiday today, right? Normally on a bank holiday week, our bins are collected a day later. So instead of being collected on Thursday, they'd be collected on Friday. However, this week, because of the coronation, they're being collected on the normal day despite the bank holiday. So remind me that on Wednesday, so remind me on Tuesday night, because it'll be too late on Wednesday night, remind me that on Wednesday I need to put the black bin out. Thank you so much. And the other thing is, also on Wednesday, Stigbürt is going into the classic car specialists just down the road for them to properly assess, find out exactly what's needed, and find out if well, he's not going to be scrapped, but we will find out if he's doable under my ownership, or whether I'm going to have to sell him and somebody else is going to have to save him. Well, or if he is going to have to be scrapped if the chassis is bent or something, but I don't think it will be. I don't think. Anyway, he's going in on Wednesday, which means that tomorrow his battery is bound to be flat by now. How long has it been sitting down there? A while. So his battery is bound to be flat. So tomorrow I need to jump start him and run him for a while, or take the battery off and charge it, ready to get him down there on Wednesday. And also I need to check the bus timetable, because even though the garage is only a couple of miles down the hill, it's a couple of miles down the hill. So when I drop him off, if I walk home, I'd have to walk a couple of miles up the hill, and I'm old and fat and have got better things to do with my time. I've got videos to edit. I have got videos to edit. I've got loads of footage to work with at the moment. So my plan is, amazingly, there's a bus stop opposite the garage, and then there's a bus stop just up there. So I thought, sod it, I'll get the bus. So I need to check the bus timetable, because, you know, arse end of nowhere, it's not a regular bus. It's not every 10 minutes. I think it's once every 3 weeks, or once a day, or once an hour, something like that. So I need to check out when the bus is going to be coming, so I can time dropping Stigbürt down and get the bus back up the hill, so that I don't die. I've done it loads of times. I've not had a car down there for a while, because I've been using the MOT place at the Yard of Dreams, and I've not had any major mechanical problems. So whatever's needed doing, Mustard's done them, or we've pretended that I've done them, which basically means that Mustard did them but videoed me pretending to do them, or trying to do them, and pretended that he didn't just get frustrated and take over like HJ's exhaust. So I've walked down there, I've walked back up there, but I don't fancy it tomorrow. I'm going to get the bus. All the best, Ivor, says Cheeseburger. Oh, well, Dave Smith says, I found Boaty's channel through Cletus McFarland, whatever that is. But that's a good question. How did you end up here? What brought you here? I imagine that with most of you, it's going to be Mustard. But out of interest, yeah. How did you find this? How did you become part of this? How did you end up at this point in your life at 26 minutes past midnight watching an old guy in a dressing gown drunkenly mumbling crap at you? Do you remember when Mustard used a small boiled hedgehog as a phone holder? Mark on Motoring says, I've subbed to a few channels here and have seen several sub to me through the course of this live stream. Thank you all so much. I do pretty much speak to anyone and everyone at events. Oh God, you're more than welcome, Mark. That's it, you're one of us now. So yeah, anybody who stumbles in through this door and can't escape, we'll make them sub to you. That's one of our community, in all seriousness, that is one of our community things, that we all support each other. We're all on a YouTube path at some point or another, and you know, it's just a bit of a helping hand rather than being competitive or anything like that. It's just helping each other out, basically. And I was lucky enough to, you know, I'm still only small. How many subs have I got at the moment? 3,300, something around there. And I was lucky to grow quite quickly because Mustard took me under his wing, put me on his videos, tagged me, talked about my channel. Admittedly, he said it was shit and nobody should ever watch it, but you know, that did the trick. Yeah, I've never forgotten that, and I think it would be nice if we all did the same for each other. So yeah, so whether the channel needs no help at all, like Matt, who Furious Driving, who, remember, Matt is one of our community channels. He's in our Facebook community, he comments, he's active. I mean, obviously, I doubt he's ever watched one of these live streams. I'm sure he's got far better things to do, but he is one of us. So whether it's a massive channel like that, or a channel that's just starting out like Everything Cars, let's give them our support. Every little helps, as the old lady said when she piddled in the sea. I really enjoyed the consensual holding in the lives yesterday, says Trace. Dave Smith has just subbed to Mark on Motoring. Good man. Not reading that out, underscore. I'm not reading that out, cheeseburger. Oh, interesting. Simon says to Mark on Motoring, you're defo in the higher level of production, and I watch for the virtual notepad and pen. Yeah, we can all pick up hints, can't we? There were 3 men in Mr. George Roger Boaty, says Simone, apropos of nothing. And yeah, there were indeed. For those who don't know, Mr. George Roger Boaty is the name of our caravan. The Community Caravan, a 1984 Buccaneer Elan 12, which is currently in the Yard of Dreams, has never left the Yard of Dreams, having entered it, and I'm not sure if it ever will. Laughter is never unproductive, says Matt, and that's a good point. I'm not reading that out. Did you kidnap Simon again? Not in the same way that we did before. Yeah, not this time. It was indeed all consensual. Don't analyse my videos, Skick, says Mustard. Mustard, your videos are beyond analysis. Nobody could look at your videos and say why they work. And God knows they do work. I am the first to take the piss out of your videos and your live streams, particularly your live streams. And yet, yours... And I did say today, I'll admit to this, I said that Mustard is no longer my favourite channel. It is. Mustard's is the channel that I never miss a single second of a single video. And the same goes for the live streams. And nobody could look at those and tell you why they're successful. But for a certain type of person, they absolutely are. And from the first video of Mustard's that I watched, then I just thought, this is a guy that I get. And this is just the best thing ever. And I don't tell him. In fact, I tell him exactly the opposite, but I still feel exactly the same way. And I still look forward to every Monday when I rock up to the Yard of Dreams. And I still look forward to any bit of nonsense that we do together. And I look forward to all of his videos that we do when we're not together. I mean, the guy is... He's an eccentric after my own heart. And he is, in his own way, probably much more so than any of you or even he realises. The guy is a creative genius. And if things had gone differently in some ways, or they still could, he's the sort of guy that a bit like, and we were talking about this, a bit like Ruth Jones and James Corden. He's the sort of guy who could magic a Gavin and Stacey out of nowhere, or you know, throw in any creative thing, similar thing that you care to name. Peter Kay, we were talking about that Peter Kay thing where he did 6 or 7 different half-hour episodes, and I think 2 of the 6 became like major sitcom successes. That's the kind of genius that the guy has got. Now, okay, it's a YouTube channel and it's a car. Okay, guys, you disappeared. That's the FSM telling me that I need to eat and go to bed. I've gone on for much longer than I planned to, and I've still got a million comments to get through, and I've still got loads of stuff to talk about. It's a good job I'll be back here tomorrow, isn't it? Right, let's get these comments done, and we will plow on. Okay. They do indeed, Simon. Right, Plops Garage has popped along. Hello, Plops. Skick, do analyse mustard. He loves being analysed. Yeah. Oh, hello. We are vegan. Jolly good. Oh, splendid. Other than live, says Cheeseburger, I think 20 minutes max for a video. Blackline says, oh, hello. Is this somebody saying nice about me? Saying something nice about me? Blackline says, Boaty, you've grown massively over the last few months. Yeah, well, it's winter. I've been eating well and I've not been exercising. I think being normal and doing stupid stuff is what makes the channel interesting. Never change your personality to chase views. Right? Deal. Okay, that works for me. Thank you. That's a lovely thing to say. Simon says, another bank holiday next week? Costume time. 31 viewers, says Mustard. Must be a record. I photobombed on Liz's instruction, says Matt. Right. Oh, 32, says Simon. Can't watch Furious Driving, no beard. You don't need a beard to watch Furious Driving. Plops. Trace says to Black Lines, being normal and doing stupid stuff is what makes the channel interesting. Never change your personality to change views. Yes, I agree. This is what keeps me coming back. And the scratch cards, Trace. And the scratch cards. Don't forget the scratch cards. And the partial nudity. I didn't spot my streetwise on Joseph Lloyd's video, says Matt. Have you watched all 3 episodes? Shison was on there. Shison made it. Shison made it onto a lot of videos. And that was one of the things I was going to do. I've got no idea who's going to watch this and who isn't. But thank you to everyone who mentioned me, put pictures of me or Shison or video footage online. I was all over the socials on Sunday and I loved it. So thank you to everybody for that. Is Matt introducing you to the infidel? There will be consequences. No, there was no mention of that. Okay, Matt, Furious Driving. I'll tell you what he said. Right, now, quite honestly, Matt is a huge channel. Okay, he's part of my Facebook group. I don't think he joined voluntarily. I think somebody put him in. But he is active. He does comment. I think, I might be wrong, but after a mention, I think on a comment on one of his videos, I think Matt was my 100th subscriber, but I could be wrong. That might just be coincidence. When I was on 99 subscribers, I was getting about 1 subscriber every 3 years, so I could pick them all individually. And I watched one of Matt's videos, I made a comment, and we had a bit of a conversation. And immediately after that conversation, I had my 100th subscriber. So I always told myself it was Matt. It probably isn't. He's probably not subscribed, and he's probably never watched a single second of my video. But when I met the guy, and he is lovely, I didn't do the you know who I am thing. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. He's massive. Obviously, I know who he is. Why the hell should he know who I am? Absolutely no reason, except that he is in the Facebook group. So he might have a semi-clue. But I did the normal thing, and I waited until he was free, popped up to him and said, Matt, it's really lovely to meet you. I'm Boaty. I love your videos. I'm a fan of your channel, sort of thing. And he and he said something along the lines of he said, yes, I know, and this is Boaty's world now, isn't it? But then we had a few chats, and at the end of the day, just before I went, he said to me, he said, you know, I never really believed that you existed. I just thought that you were some, I can't remember his exact words, but he said, I never really thought that you actually existed. I just thought you were some character that somebody created, which I took as a compliment. It probably wasn't meant as one. But I took it as one. Anyway, there we are. Joseph Lloyd missed Margaret, says Simon. Have you watched all three? Oh, and then he says to underscore that it was on the near the end of part 3, I think. Somebody got your Streetwise. Who was it? Was it Matt? Was it Matt himself? Did he put you on his? Marco Motoring says, Joseph Lloyd has to be one of the hardest working guys on YouTube. I agree. His knowledge is unrivaled. Generally speaking, I'd agree with that too. And his shuffles are the stuff of legends. He has also loaned me his car for review, says Marco Motoring. And I was talking about this in the live. Everybody has driven that car. And Mustard has had his arse in it now as well on Sunday. I am the only monetized YouTuber that has not at least sat in that Rover 45 V6. And maybe I never will, just to keep that uniqueness. Everybody has got a video of Joseph Lloyd's Rover 45. Cheeseburger says, if you've got an arm around Joseph, you must have long arms. Respect to him for the video content. Yes, agreed and agreed. He's a wonderful chap, says Mustard, and I agree with that. Diddly-do, diddly-do, diddly-do. Underscore, says Trace, please start a channel where your cats feature often, and pies, cats and pies, and some car pokery. I'd watch. Liz says, what's Joseph Lloyd's channel called? It's called Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, Liz. Oh, and Rover Joe said that as well. And so did Cheeseburger. And so did Simon. And so did Mark on Motoring. It's not called Mr. George Rajabati Rover Joe. Oh, there's some inter-subbing going on in between channels, so that's lovely. Right. Christ, how many more have I got? How many more? Hang on. These are comments relating to stuff that I said an hour ago. How far behind am I on the comments? Oh, this is right. It's 1:45. I'm now. Oh God. Right, let's play. Right, let's go for it. Underscore, don't put yourself down. You look fine on camera. Nice voice, gentle demeanour. But even if you just start with cats and pies and cars and don't show on the screen, we would watch. I agree, Trace. French good in bed, says Simon. It's true. Julie falls asleep straight away. Ha ha, says Simone. Underscore, I could do with a can of pop now, says Simon. So baked beans is a disqualification then, says Liz. No. Can we use spaghetti hoops, says Black Lines, please. Don't. Underscore says, I'll save you one, Simon. Hidden comment from Project Nigel, who says, I've never had sex with a French woman, or any country for that matter. Wow, not even Welsh. I once did a cockney, though. Too much information. Skick says, underscore, if... God... Oh God, if you do a channel, I will help. It will be a tough call, but I would try. It wouldn't be a tough call, Skick. Matt would do a wonderful channel. He's, right, I spend a lot of time with Matt in real life, okay? And he is incredibly personable, incredibly friendly, warm, lovely, and above all, so funny. If he ever decided to do a YouTube channel, he might struggle at first, as we all do, because we're self-conscious, but he would be brilliant, right? And if you doubt that, look at the video that he did with me, where he took me by surprise by turning up here at my cottage, unannounced. He didn't knock the door. He rang and said, are you in? He was right outside the door when he rang. And so to get my own back, I said, yeah, come in, I'll make you a coffee, and then turned the cameras on without asking whether he was okay with that or not. And he was brilliant. So there you are. Matt, the sarcasm is creeping out of every pore. Blot outdoors. Yeah, thank you. I got that. I love that guy. I absolutely love that guy. We're talking about what we watch. Auto Shenanigans says mustard. Ashley Neal says mustard. Auto Shenanigans, I like that, says Simone. As does Cheeseburger. Plops Garage watches. PFI Speed, Chops Garage, That Chapter, Cletus McFarlane, Boosted Boys, and Project Nigel. I need to improve my video, says Rover Joe. Laugh my ass off. I never try, neither do I. I watch the gas guy on YouTube, says Jimmy Quinn. Best to avoid Land Rovers altogether, says Mustard. That's not... A hidden comment from Cheeseburger. Ashley Neal is highly skilled, but I don't like the way he treats some of the videos from subscribers. He was also a shit footballer before he became a driving instructor. I've got no idea who this guy is. Alex Assets is better than me, says Simone. Is that the one? Did you do a video together and I watched that one? Or am I thinking about somebody else? Black Line says, I've been enjoying Beards and Bangers and Project MGTF lately, haven't we all? Along with usually fixing and tinkering. Yes, brilliant channel. And Once Driven, Forever Smitten. Yeah, I watched that one as well. Haven't watched one for a while, but I did. Channels you may wish to check out, Boaty, says Mark on Motoring. Simon at Lot 76 Cars is excellent and a true gent. Davey at Scottish Car Enthusiast and Trains TV is a really nice guy, and he travelled from Scotland yesterday. I will check that out. 22 likes now, says Trace. Please hit like. I like Lot 76, says Cheeseburger. Oh, the Trace's live streams are Wednesday and Saturday, 9:30. I wish Classic Wheels Wales did YouTube. I think that would be great, says Dastardly, and I totally agree. Mike at Classic Wheels Wales is just a force of nature. I wish, obviously, when I picked up Boo the Freelander, Captain Mustard and I drove down together, epic road trip to South Wales, to Classic Wheels Wales place. And we couldn't video 99% of what took place. If we'd have videoed that, it would have broken the internet. The three of us together is just immense. And very soon, within the next couple of months, I'm going to be going down to South Wales. I'm going to record a video taking you all around the important places to me, where I'm from, my family's mountains, some lovely places to look at, all of that sort of thing. And then in the evening, Mike of Classic Wheels Wales and I are going to get very, very drunk indeed. And I will video it. And I'm trying to... I would love to get Mustard to come with, if he could get leave to. But again, Captain Mustard is in a very different situation to me. I'm footloose and fancy free. He is the father of two lovely young ladies, and quite rightly, he doesn't want to be away from them for too long, and certainly not overnight. And when I was in his position, I was exactly the same. I would drive, and I did drive 400 miles to be back with my family for the night, even if they were asleep when I got back in, rather than take a hotel. You just want to be there. It's a parent thing, it's a protective thing. Totally get that. Oh God. Right, yes. Any views on petrol pedo, says Cheeseburger? No, none. Don't know who he is. Thought he was great in lockdown and a good presenter. I don't like the content now though. Too many aspirational cars. I'll never own a Porsche. Yeah, that's a dodgy name, isn't it? I've got no idea who that is, and I will never own a Porsche again. I've owned Porsches in the past, not many, because I'm not a fan of Porsches. I had a 928 called Milo, which was the ex-Top Gear car, because I used to deal a bit with Top Gear, and I did love that. That was absolutely fabulous. One of my favourite ever cars. And I had a 931 Turbo, and I had a 911 Sportmatic that I've spoken about before. And that is about, that's about it for Porsches. Yeah, and they do little for me, if I'm completely honest. I tend not to tailor the music by character, says Mark on Motoring, but my car is full of 90s mixtapes, which you would understand if you saw his car. Right. I have a Meatloaf cassette in my 200, says Rover Joe, alongside a Slade cassette. I need some Slade. I need some Slade in the cars. Moving away from car content, I think Noddy Holder has got one of the most underrated voices in music history. And for those who are new to these live streams and don't know, as well as being an ex-car dealer, I am also an ex-vocalist. For a lot of years, I made good money by singing at people. They actually paid me to do it, believe it or not. Oh, God. How many more have I got to get through? Let me have a quick look. Oh, you're joking. I can't do all of these. Oh, bloody hell, and there's only 17 of you left. You've all sodded off. Right, I'm going to... Oh, it's 1 o'clock. I need to get a tape deck at home so I can make mixtapes for Coney, says Simone. Meatloaf was in Pick of Destiny, Dave Grohl was too. Don't forget Tenacious D did write the greatest song in the world. No, they didn't. They wrote a tribute to the greatest song in the world. Auto Shenanigans is good. I'm not reading that. It's too long. Yeah, I said that, Spotty Botty. I'm also using a Rode mic, says Mark on Motoring, and you know what you're talking about, so I'm going to check those out. I wish I had a Rode mic, says Simone, but I'm not rich. Do what I'm going to do. Contact them and say, hi, I'm Simone. I'm all over YouTube. Everybody loves me. Send me one of your microphones free and I'll do you an amazing video and get you loads of new buyers. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to get in before you do, Simone, because once you've got in there, I've got no chance. Boaty says Black Lines. You might be able to form a sponge-like dampener that will fit into your foam mount. I've done it before. It makes a huge difference. That's a good idea. What about using one of these or a cut-down version? That is a great idea, and I'm going to try that. And now I've got hiccups, and I'm slightly drunk, and I'm incredibly tired, and I'm hungry. But I'm a professional, and I'm going to battle through these comments. Don't make any more comments, please. Say good night. Everybody starts saying good night. I can't cope. I've had about 5 hours sleep in the last 72 hours. And I'm 3/4 pissed now. God above. Oh dear. This is fun though. It's a good job you're commenting and amusing yourselves. I'm sure I'm not making any sense. I genuinely don't know what I'm saying at the moment. I'm so tired and slightly tipsy that I've got no idea what's coming out of my mouth. I'm running entirely on fumes and autopilot. I mean, not that I'm ever really professional, but God knows I'm better than this. Oh God, I've jumped forward again. Where did I get to? Auto Shenanigans is good, says Liz. I wasn't going to read that, it was too long. Oh yeah, the rude mics. Oh, the sponge, yeah, that's brilliant. Going to try that. Thank you, Black Lion, says Trace. I have the same issue because I use the same holder as Boaty. Any particular sponge, dense memory foam type? I want to get a gimbal, says Simone. So do I, but they're expensive. Well, they're not massively expensive, but I am massively poor. Shaving foam. What? Best go, says Mustard. Good night, everyone. I used to use mouse mat foam to stabilise old GoPros when I was building drones before they worked out of the box, and they worked brilliantly. It did great to dampen vibrations from the propellers. Right, that's a good idea, because that would be thinner. A bit of mouse mat cut up. Thank you, Black Lions. I'm going to try that. People are saying good night to Mustard. Thank you for entertaining us today. You can also use rubber earplugs as dampeners, provided you can get them to sit properly. Oh, I'm not reading that out. Boaty, copy your PayPal link into the chat, then pin it. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Right, okay. Right, yeah, that wasn't intended at me, that's fine. Time for bed, says Trisha. You're damn right, it's time for bed. Good night, everyone. Good night, night. My comments. Oh, put your black bin out on Wednesday. Thank you. Don't freeze your wine tonight. I'm drinking the posh stuff. It's not in the freezer. Tomorrow, I'll be drinking the cheap stuff, and it will be in the freezer. Yeah, right, jolly good, excellent. I found Mustard because I bought a Rover, then I watched a few of his videos, and then I found your channel. I ended up here because of Woody. I knew you prior to you being on his live stream, but that's what made me seek out your channel. Yeah, oh, God bless him. We all miss him, don't we? Press a button and got your channel. Hidden comment from Cheeseburger. I don't know how I found this shit show. Has my life slipped so far? Yes. I found this fine upstanding channel through Project Nigel. as did Simon, but he can't remember how he found Project Nigel. I found this channel because it was recommended due to the picking up a Rover 25 video. That video did really well for me when I picked up Ryan Johnston, and it was one of my better videos, by which I mean it was one of my least worst videos. I enjoyed that one. That's one of the ones I actually watch because I enjoy it. It's got trains and trams in it. That's brilliant. The brakes will be seized on the caravan and the tyres will be perished. We did move it around the yard a couple of weeks ago, Cheeseburger, and it was fine. Oh God, Swirly Doom, that was ages ago. How can I be so far behind on comments? I'm off to Northampton early tomorrow, says Cheeseburger. Thanks for your company. Good night, good night. The pint says, but what's the pint of it all? I'm losing the plot. My new project, says Skick, is this MGTF guy. Hope he takes things well. I can't wait for that. Oh God, that's going to be fun. Now we're arguing about whether Mustard is a genius. I think he is. Liz says, thanks everyone. I subbed to other channels tonight as well as consulting. Thank you for doing all of that. Over an hour behind, says Spotty Botty. You'll have to stay up and read all the comments, Boaty. Oh God. Good night, good night. My street, oh thank fuck for that. Oh, it's petrol ped, not pedo. Careful, Boaty, dealing with Top Gear. That's not something to chat in public about. Good night, everyone, says Mark on Motoring. It was lovely to have you here with us. I'm sorry it's been so shambolic. Oh, I'm on my second bottle of red wine, says Jimmy Quinn, and bye, Mark. Thank Christ for that. Oh, can I go? It's 2 minutes past 1. I'm absolutely dead on my feet. Okay, what's coming up, guys? Oh, don't comment anymore. Just say goodnight and bugger off. Good night, all. Good night, Boaty. Enjoy your supper. Good night, says Black Lions. Good night, good night, good night, good night. I'm pouring wine out of an empty bottle. The bottle with some in is in the fridge. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Right. So, thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Apologies for my appalling performance. I will be back tomorrow at the same time, 11 o'clock, of course. What's coming up in the way of videos? I'm going to be putting out a video about Sunday, and that's going to be a combination of actual filmed footage with some highlights from the live stream. So that's going to be coming at you at some point soon, tomorrow or the next day, depends when I can get it edited. Other stuff coming up, Stigbürt's going in on Wednesday. I've got stuff to bugger about with tomorrow. And this week I plan to start the Land Rover lunches. Oh, Jimmy Quinn, bless you. Thank you so much. Oh, Trace, good night all. We've kept you here because we love you, Boaty. See you all tomorrow. Be safe, everyone. Thank you. Oh, and hope you all like my silly screen grabs in the Facebook group. They were brilliant, Trace. And that clip that you came out with is genius. Genius. That's going to be a major point in the highlights video. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Night, Boaty, says Jimmy Quinn. Oh, Spotty Botty, you're going to miss tomorrow's. We'll all be thinking of you, and we'll catch up with you when we catch up with you. All the very best. Good health. What is your channel? Trace, says Black Lines. The Greenwood. It is the Greenwood. I think there's more than one. Be sure you get the right one. Oh, God. Right, that's it. So, yeah, tomorrow night, live stream. Videos coming up. This week, there will be a Land Rover Lunches, the first one, where I drive out somewhere beautiful in the Land Rover. and cook a nice lunch outside in the great wide open air. And I've got two possibilities of what the first one's going to be. And spoiler alert, it's going to be either momos, which you've all seen me cook before, but I'll talk you through them a bit more and cook them somewhere scenic and lovely, or I'm going to do a thrown together spicy chicken chow mein, which is going to be quite a difficult thing to do on a little camping stove on a single pan, because I've got to soak noodles. No cheating, no. So I'm going to use dried noodles that I'll have to soak in boiling water, and then I've got to try and cook it all on a single pan with. Anyway, yeah, that'll be happening. Oh God. Let's all go to bed, shall we? And do you mind if we don't do the sex thing tonight? I think we're all a bit tired, aren't we? I've loved this. It's been fabulous. Thank you so much. Let's all bugger off. Here we go. I'll play you out. Oh, and I didn't unmute it, did I? Good night, darlings. Thank you so much for your company tonight. I've absolutely loved it. Thank you to everybody that I met over the weekend, specifically on Sunday. Oh, don't forget, 2 weeks on Sunday, a week next Sunday, it is the second Boaty's World Peak District pub lunch. And I'd love to see some of you for that. Oh, thanks so much. Let's go. Let's go. See you tomorrow, darlings. Stay safe, take care, sleep tight, and catch you very soon. Much, much love to you all.